Hi there, and welcome to Serious Saturdays with your host, Lord Gazza. Now, you may be asking yourself, why be serious on a Saturday? Saturday is a time for relaxing. It's the weekend, for God's sake, and all that jazz. Well, things need to be taken seriously, and I find the level of intellectual conversation on YouTube and in the world in general to be in a constant decline, where we give the film with explosions, guns, and boobs 10 out of 10, and the film with the intriguing plot and character development 0. So I've decided to bring a bit of intellectual conversation back to YouTube. Every Saturday, or every Saturday that I can manage it at least, we will be talking about a serious issue. I'll be giving you my opinion on the issue, then if you want to, you can give me yours. So hopefully I can get you all thinking and questioning. So today we're going to talk about the issue of violent video games. Because with the release of Modern Warfare 2, this has seemed to become an issue again. There has been some controversy over Modern Warfare 2 due to the third level, in which you shoot innocent people in the airport terminal, and due to the fact that people see it as a very violent video game in general. Now this is nothing new. We've had people constantly complaining about GTA, and people trying to connect Doom to the Columbine shootings. So we need to look at whether or not we feel video games should be banned or censored in the first place, or whether or not that they can cause violence at all. The short answer, in my opinion, to both of these is no. Let's start off with the fact that video games have become an art form, and censorship in any regard is never the way to solve a problem. Many violent video games, such as the earlier Call of Duties, which focused on World War II, and some of them occurring during D-Day, reflect to an extent the truth of what happens in war, and by censoring, we're trying to hide away the fact that this is the truth, and that our society is a violent one, and has been a violent one long before video games even existed. Even when the violence is over the top, like in Mortal Kombat, there is no justification for banning or censoring. It's because the majority of people can tell the difference between reality and fiction. Which brings nicely on to my next point, on whether or not video games directly cause violence. They don't. No study has been done that can find a direct link between violence in video games and violence in real life. The majority of the people who blame violent video games for their actions, or have said that it drove them to do their deeds, have all had mental issues or other issues to deal with, which was the case in Columbine. Others see video games as a scapegoat for their actions, and I can rattle off many cases where carjackers and muggers have tried to pass on the blame to GTA and failed. This is unique to the video game world. It's happened before with violent movies, violent books, and comics as well. People say playing video games for extensive periods of time has to have some negative effect on you. But again, I say the majority of people know how to tell reality from fiction. You don't see every Nintendo fanboy jumping on their neighbour's turtles, for God's sake. People would argue that children can get their hands on these violent games, but surely they shouldn't. This surely is up to their parents whether they want their kids to be playing video games that mightn't be appropriate for them. It's the same with violent movies. It's the parents' responsibility to know what their kids are watching and playing, and whether or not they deem it suitable. Here in Europe, our rating system is backed up by laws to prevent the sale of inappropriate games and movies to minors without a parent accompanying them. And for the most part, it works. And I would suggest legislation for America in this regard, too. The whole issue of Left 4 Dead being censored and banned in Australia is all because of an ill-thought-out and silly system of rating games that they have over there, which basically says that no video game can be unsuitable for under 15s. And that all can be fixed with more legislation and a reviewing of the system. Now back onto Modern Warfare 2. This third level is backed up by a narrative. You are a secret agent who has infiltrated a terrorist group and must win their trust, so he reluctantly does these horrible things, and it amplifies our hatred of the antagonist and gives a sense of urgency about solving the situation. It's similar in GTA 4, where you play as an immigrant who is cruelly awakened to the reality of what we call the American dream. And don't forget, if you're offended by this, you don't have to play it. You can turn off the television and read a book, which is another rarity these days. Modern Warfare 2 also lets you skip these levels if you want to. And finally, to those of you who get all preachy and religious about violence, saying God doesn't approve of it, and you make Jesus cry, well, I say to you, read the Old Testament, because God seemed to really approve of violence and a bit of the old genocide there. By the way, I mean no offense, all religions are great, everyone's equal, blah blah blah. So that's about it. I want to know what you think. leave a comment or a video response. And to show you that it's not always serious here on Serious Saturdays, here's a clip of my friend PixelOwl making the most of our flooded city.
Right through the undertow, your hands I can't seem to find. Pollution burns my tongue, the words I can't speak to.
The full link is in the site. Check it out and subscribe to him. He's a great and funny guy. And don't forget to tell him that I sent you. Please subscribe and rate, and I'll see you next time on another Serious Saturday.